Conservatives are flocking to Idaho like the salmon of Capistrano, but why are they doing this? We are going to dive in right now to the number one reason why conservatives just like you are dying and fleeing to be right here in the best place in the United States. Let's go, conservative Idaho! The number one reason that anti-wokes are moving here to Idaho is for the conservative values. The number one conservative value that I hear over and over again is a good place to raise their kids. Now, that does not exclude people who are single. I want to put that out there because that is important. But that is why people are moving here. Idaho's a place for everyone. However, when you have kids and they go through the education system, very important point, you want to know that people in the school board and in the schools care and uphold traditional values, conservative values. Very, very important. Also, topics like same-sex marriage, topics like abortion, also topics that we're going to touch on another bullet point. Those are super important. Upholding family values is the number one reason why I hear people moving here. Yes, it's conservatives moving here, but why are they moving here? That's the number one. The number two reason I'm giving on this list for why people are moving here is because of limited government. Here, Big Brother is less powerful in your life, less prevalent. There is less government taxes. There's less government spending. We run a balanced budget here. From the state of Idaho to the counties to the cities, this is a great place for Big Brother to get out of your life. Number three on this list are the individual liberties that we subscribe to here in Idaho. First Amendment and Second Amendment being very strong and very well protected. There are actually a few cities that call themselves Second Amendment safe cities where we will strive hard to protect the Second Amendment rights. I think we would all agree that some of the things happening in this nation on now what seems to be a regular basis in some of the schools is unfortunate. The solution to that problem lies in very many different ways. Here in Idaho, the right to bear and keep arms is very, very important to us. There's a lot of Second Amendment protected cities around here in the Treasure Valley. I know Nampa and Eagle are two of those just off the top of my head. The right to free speech and assemble, those are very, very important. This is a very, very anti-woke, strong constitution supporting state. Yes, that doesn't mean everyone votes for the same color, but it does mean that this overall people are voting for conservative values time and time again to protect the Constitution and also to protect those amendments. The number four reason on this list why people are flocking to Idaho from their liberal states is because of the capitalistic nature of the state. We love free markets. Not only do we love free markets, but there has actually been some tax code that's been amended so that we can attract some larger companies here. That will attract employees, more property taxes, more people, more money circulating throughout the economy. That is good for the economy. We love that here. That is a type of market we're trying to set up in the Idaho, well, specifically Boise region. Number five, nationalism. We love our country. You'll find hands over hearts, people standing for the flag. 4th of July parades are very patriotic. People love this nation. I think people love the nation actually all over. We just express it differently in a red sort of way. Before we get to the next one, a reminder, my name is Brian Hymas, born and raised in the Boise Valley. I was an appraiser for a few years, then on to real estate, and I absolutely love all things real estate. I absolutely love all things Boise, and there is no greater compliment that I can receive than phone calls, texts, emails from people just like you trying to escape the woke state and move here to Idaho. I love it, I support it, I fully embrace it, and on that note, we want people here who want to uphold Idaho and keep Idaho, Idaho. It's super important to us. We don't want this place to run amok. We want this place to be strong, and we want this place to keep the values that uphold America and that should uphold every one of us. And so that's important to us. And if that's you, if you have questions about moving here, if you are debating about moving here, if you are moving here, if you're buying here, get in touch. My number is right there, 208-213-2092. My email, brian@brianhymas.com. Call, text, email. Honestly, the best compliment I can receive. Now, next number. Number six, speaking of colors, we support the blue. This place is pro law and order. We want to have law and order rule. Yes, I know there are some bad apples in every industry, but we support the blue. We back the blue. I back the blue. In fact, speaking of the blue and the red, the fire and the police coming here, there are a ton of fire and police coming from California that end up making their way to Star, Idaho. I don't know why Star is a hub. Star is a hub, and I lived in Eagle, which a lot of people are going to Eagle too, and a lot of people are going to Middleton. In fact, across the street from me is my neighbor is a USC loving, so am I. As you can see, the helmet right here, a USC loving. He works right across the street from USC. I'm not going to share his name, but he works in California still and lives here. There are many people who love Idaho for the lifestyle and go down there to earn their paycheck, but their family is here. Boise supports the blue. Boise backs the blue, and we support the red. We're pro-life here, and you know and I know we are not here to say that we are anti-mothers. We are here to say we're pro-life. If life is created, we let life live. And there is strict legislation that supports that, and this makes Idaho one of the most safe harbors for pro-life in the nation. Speaking of abortion, since the overturning of Roe v. Wade, Idaho has enacted legislation that makes any abortion illegal unless it's for the preservation of the mother's health. And speaking of pro-life, any abortion performed that is not for reasons to save the mother or for rape or incest, things like that, those are illegal in the state of Idaho since the overturning of Roe v. Wade in August of 2022. Now, speaking of strict legislation, if you aid a minor to go across the strait, perform such, you will actually be fined and could be imprisoned for 2 to 5 years. We mean business when it comes to pro-life. Guys, did I nail all those 7 reasons of why people are moving here? Why are you moving here? Tell me in the comments below why you're seeking to move to Idaho. Chances are you're conservative. Chances are you want conservative values. Tell me what those conservative values mean to you in the comments. I want to see those, and I want to engage with you. I want to talk to you, and I want to see what you're up to. No commitments. I can't reach your phone or email. Just give me a comment, and let's make this conversation happen. The next video you need to watch is why everyone is moving here in 2023. That one is going to relate somewhat to this, but it's also going to give you some other points that you might want to consider when moving to Boise. Again, Brian Hymas. Call, text, email, best compliment I can receive. If you are thinking about moving to Idaho or you're moving to Idaho, then I would love to hear from you. First Amendment, probably fortunate, and the 4th reason why conservatives are flocking here again. The number 5, nationalism. Come 4th of July or come in, before we get to the next it's gonna be a hard word to